Hello, everyone. I'm Karthik. We got Jeffrey with me, and back here for another night of League of Legends.
Yeah, super exciting series tonight between Waterloo Gold and in the Canadian Esports Nationals group stage. We'll be up against UALBERTA, and what's on the line here is a spot in the playoffs on Saturday.
Yeah, on the last stream on Tuesday, they had a dominating win over UTSC, and that was a big 2-0. We're seeing if they can replicate that today and get into those playoffs right away. But in case they don't win, they're going to have to go to another best of three to decide that playoff spot.
Yep, that best of three would be against OTSU again. Yeah, waiting on the bottom. So there is another chance here for both Warriors Gold and UALBERTA should they lose. But yeah, hoping to see Warriors Gold take the win, of course, and go into the playoffs on Saturday. That best of three makeup would be tomorrow against OTSU. So if you are a fan of UALBERTA or Warriors Gold in case they do lose, be sure to catch that tomorrow.
Yeah, and something to note, UAlberta did have a bye. So coming into this tournament, they were able to observe what Waterloo was able to pick. Like we saw these picks like the Oriana that they really heavily prioritize, the Felios that popped off, all these picks like that, and what kind of themes they go for in their draft. And they'll be able to prep like that. While Waterloo, they don't know what Alberta's playing right now. So we'll see if Alberta can really punish them in that game one.
Yeah, it's a great call. I think the additional prep time is super important. There was also that new patch that dropped on Tuesday, so a couple extra days in the patch, and with that additional knowledge of how Waterloo drafts so far, could really help you Alberta out in having the upper hand. But I think Waterloo Gold, our coach Onat, definitely has some spicy drafts cooked up himself, so I'm sure that he'll be able to answer anything that you Alberta tries to throw.
Yeah, and let's talk about that patch a bit more because there were some significant changes that happened. Coming in before the patch, Casante was just such a safe blind pick that you could just pick anywhere, but he really got gutted. So I think we're gonna see his priority go down a lot. And another really big pick that was pretty prevalent in the last series is the Jarvan. He had a nerf to his Q, which is like, in my opinion, it's not that big, so I feel like it's still the high priorities. But we'll see if the teams favor it differently and what it actually ends up being the right option.
For sure, and I like the Kasante call out. I think that champion has been terrorizing both solo queue and pro play
Mm.
for quite some time. We didn't see it picked out on Tuesday, so I doubt we would today as well. As you said, it was nerfed in the most recent patch and the patch before that, so two consecutive nerfs now. It'd be very surprising to see if he was still a priority pick. Again, like you said, probably not. So more different picks coming out. As we saw from Main Exhaustive, he decided to pick out two AP champions actually. So definitely some shift in the meta, both in top lane and throughout.
Yeah, and coming into that meta, right? The name of the game still seems to be get that bot lane priority and try and force that into early dragons, try and get the objectives, get to that soul win con. And that patch didn't really change much of that. So we'll see if it's going to be that same kind of champion pool, same kind of get that prior for bot lane and get those early dragons for both of these teams.
Yeah, and jumping into draft here, U Alberta will be having first pick on the blue side, Warriors Gold getting counter pick on red, and they'll be starting off bans with hitting Plex's Ari, which is something, I guess, uncommon. Usually the first ban is Cassiopeia, since Plex is a very competent Cassiopeia player, but yeah.
Yeah, and red side should be more needing to ban out those priority picks. We saw Oriana was like a big pick in both Worlds and that last series, so we'll see if Warriors are gonna ban that out on the red side. And yeah, there's a lot of junglers still on the table. The Rakan, which should be banned here, is one of the best supports right now as well.
Yeah, two support bans already. That Karma ban from Warriors Gold is definitely hitting U Alberta's support Valdanio. He is a very competent Karma player, definitely by far his most popular champion in solo queue. So just taking him off that comfort to make sure that he has to play some different type of support style that he might not be so comfortable with.
Yeah, and there's that Oriana ban as we expected. Just too safe of a pick. Amazing scaling into that late game. And Maokai is the jungler that U Alberta is taking off here. So that brings out Jarvan as the other big jungler that's left up. And Azir is usually the other big mid that's left up when Oriana's gone. We saw in the finals like Oriana Azir every game, right? So both of those being taken off, and they're gonna just open up this mid pool a lot. We'll see what ends up being picked up here. I feel like counter picks become more important now too.
Yeah, you mentioned the finals. This is several patches after the World's patch now, but Azir and Oriana still having such high presence.
Oh yeah.
And I do want to know, yeah, the Maokai ban means that Cassiopeia is left up. That's Plex's signature champion. Not sure if Warriors Gold is going to go for it. I don't think they're used to having the champion available. Yo Alberta taking Graves first as well. Just, I guess, pretty strong jungle power pick at the moment.
Yeah, Graves, he can really be blind picked really easily, has a lot of priority in that early game that you can use to try and force those objectives with. And Warriors, we actually see them first picking Jinx here. which is a bit of a weaker pick in lane. But maybe they just want to go for the arcane combo. You know, you got Jinx and Vi on your team. How are you gonna lose?
Yeah, we have the lore combo if we get this buy to lock in. Jinx very I guess strong champion by Callum Coy. He's very comfortable on it. We've seen him already play it in past games this season. And yeah, the Vi is gonna get locked in. Another champ that's gonna go to Latoof in the jungle. Very comfortable on it as well. I don't think this is anything too spicy from Waterloo's Gold just yet.
Yeah, and I feared this. Whenever you pick Vi and there's like the Xayah is still open, it becomes pretty hard for the Vi to play. So I do want to see UALBERTA lock that Xayah in, and they do. It just like Vi cannot just QR onto you like she does to any other ADC. So Xayah is okay with all this dive that's coming out, and they're doubling down on it with the Renata pick.
Yeah, just all this anti-dive if they pick that Renata, making sure Vi has very few targets, if any, to go for with that seasoned assist. Renata's going to get locked in. That also does take it away from Warriors Gold. Renata, quite popular at Worlds, and again, popular right now in this patch as well as a strong support. Of course, the Rakan was banned, so they couldn't go for the Xayah Rakan combo. And right now, Warriors Gold considering picking their support as well. So bot lane and jungles picked as is pretty common, trying to get the solo lane counter picks in the later rounds.
Yeah, they're just going for full scaling here with the Jinx and Milio. If those guys are left alone and give them like 20 minutes to scale up, they're going to be terrorizing these team fights with the insane amount of range that Jinx can get.
Yeah, the Jinx Rockets plus that Milio Warm Campfire,
Mm.
just getting insane amounts of attack range. And definitely not something Graves and Xayah can easily step up to. So yeah, seeing some pretty different styles of team comp from both teams right now.
Yeah, and I want to see Warriors continue to go for this like team fighting style that doesn't rely that much on the dive because with Xayah and Renata, they really want teams coming into them. But if you pick like a higher range mid laner that doesn't necessarily have to walk in to do damage, it's kind of hard for that bot lane to play the game later on.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing now the round two bans coming out. Cassante actually getting hit by Warriors Gold. Suppose they're obviously concerned about it to some degree. Maybe UALBERTA's top laner is a proficient Cassante player. Unfortunately, I don't have that exact knowledge, but UALBERTA is going to ban the Cassiopeia in round two as Warriors decided not to pick it in round one. So I guess not the highest priority pick by Warriors, but still something that UALBERTA is concerned about Plex playing.
Yeah, and right now I think both teams just kind of want to get some frontline in their team. Both of them having squishy support means they need these like beefy frontliners for those objective fights to get the fight started. And whenever you think of that, the first name that comes to mind is Ornn. And I think Warriors, honestly, it's a great thing to pick up and try and take away from you, Alberta, if they're gonna go for it, because you build items for your Jinx, you're able to get. Oh, never mind, it's gonna be the Talia. They want that counter pick. They want to win that top lane.
Yeah, Ornn's a super exciting pick for Warriors Gold, specifically as Inexhaustive is generally a very, I guess, carry-oriented player. As we saw on Tuesday, he brought out the Rumble and the Akali, so Ornn is not typically in his wheelhouse. But yeah, looks like they are going to give him counter picks, which that likely means a power pick top. Talia most likely going to or going to Plex, excuse me, in mid lane. And yeah, Flex showing that he does have a strong champion pool after drawing 3 bans from Alberta.
Yeah, and he's going to have to run that back to Rise, you know. We haven't seen this character in a while. All these other control mages are gone, and Rise comes to glory. And we saw the Olaf last game, and now it's going to be coming out again. Doesn't have the Zillion combo with it, but we'll see if it can find that same amount of success again.
Yeah, I think Renata is similar to Zillion in a way, trying to keep that Olaf alive should he come near death. If he can get that reset while he is in the Renata passive, he will be able to stay alive. And Rise, this is definitely going to go for Sapphire mid. In the mid lane, it is one of his top champions in solo queue and definitely a comfort pick as opposed to something that's more meta focused.
Yeah, and it looks like it'll be the Fiora locked in. I feel like it's Olaf top, but there is an opportunity for them to just switch it around and go back to Graves and Olaf. Or sorry, Graves top and Olaf jungle. So Fiora is a very interesting character to come out. It can be shut down really easily early, but if it's able to just get that little edge in the early game, it can snowball off the charts.
Yep, saving that R5 pick for Inexhaustive Fiora, definitely a signature champion for him and something that he's able to carry on very easily. I do like that you mentioned the Graves top, which we saw from the Shy at Worlds.
Oh
Definitely a
yeah.
possibility. I'd be surprised if they do decide to opt for that. I think Olaf is one of the few top lane bruisers that has a chance of dueling Fiora 100-0, as he, of course, that is what his champion is based around. So I'm excited to see what they end up doing, and we're getting into game now.
Yeah, we're getting straight into it here. Both teams about to step out on the Rift and make that big first impression to get this series started. And yeah, we were talking about this top lane matchup, right? Fiora is going for the TP. Doesn't give her that much of an advantage early. But Olaf, he's taking the ghost. He wants to fight this Fiora, and he wants to use that early strength to just dominate this matchup.
Yeah, he's going to look to try to shut Inexhaustive down. And also just a correction on my part. Chinga Dinga is actually mid for UALBERTA rather than Sapphire mid. So interesting to see that I guess both UALBERTA mid laners are Ryze players, so I am excited to see how this Ryze plays out. Again, not a super popular champion. It definitely takes time to scale up. So we'll see how he manages to operate that. Level 1, nothing too exciting going on. Players just trying to get early vision.
Yep, and you see Graves was just ready with that red trinket there. Gonna be able to get, so this is actually pretty important. If a solo laner gets that initial XP on the ward, I believe they can get level 2 on that first wave. So if Inexhaustive isn't ready for it and Olaf gets the quick level 2 and just starts running Fiora down, that could get really spicy up there.
Yeah, hopefully Inexhaustive was aware, making sure that he doesn't step too far up level 2. Other than that, I think pretty standard setups thus far. Plex notably having Dark Harvest I think is a bit interesting. Other than that, I don't see any runes that stand out especially.
Yeah, and I want to point out this Raptors ward that Waterloo does like every time, and I really appreciate them doing it. The other teams don't seem to have caught on yet, but you can just learn so much about a jungler's pathing as soon as he shows up, as long as you're counting that CS, seeing which way he's going, things like that.
Great call out, and we're going to definitely see Graves walk over that once he starts clearing up towards his top side. Bot lane had to, Warriors gold bot lane leash for Latuf, so they're going to get pushed in a bit here early on. Again, not the most, I guess, not the worst thing in the world given that they are playing that scaling lane with the Jinx Milio.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that like none of them went Cull, and Olaf actually, he's looking for some trades, but the Vitals are just being fought so well here by Fiora. Inexhaustive, he could win it right here. Oh, flash follow! Oh. He lives it! The first tower shot is just not enough to get the kill.
Olaf barely eking out the level 2 to both get the kill and survive. Inexhaustive thought he had it. I thought he did too, given that Olaf was fighting inside the Fiora's wave, but just not quite enough, and Olaf getting that first blood, trading flashes for it.
Yeah, and you know, you gotta feel there for Inexhaustive. It felt like he almost had it. Olaf was just, I feel like he's going way too far, and the Vitals were honestly being a bit lucky there too. So Fiora almost had it, but Olaf, he gets the kill. He's able to crash his wave and reset as well. So that lack of TP isn't gonna affect him much. And now he still has this ghost advantage on the Fiora while she's pushing back in.
Yeah, it's a normal, so we'll see if Bai Loves You can push that lead on the Olaf. When Fiora falls behind, she is definitely not a very strong champion that can be punished easily. Olaf on the converse is very strong at snowballing. Fortunately, as you said, Inexhausted did take TP, did get back to lane and is picking up that CS now, so hopefully won't fall too far behind. But yeah, devastating as both junglers are also pathing top here, so we'll see if anything else happens with the flashless top laners.
Yeah, Fiora is pushing back so they can get that prio. Both the junglers pathing top means there might be a fight over this scuttle. And Vi doesn't look like she's going to go for it because she's a bit late. But Graves also taking a pretty early back.
Yeah, Graves resetting after full clearing. I guess he wants to play for the bot crab rather than contest. Inexhaustive does have the shove in top, so maybe he didn't favor the 2v2. I guess Graves is also a champion that is pretty content farming. That super fast clear and just be able to farm up to a very powerful level. Not something that he's probably that upset about.
Yeah, I think he just expected Vi to already be there on the scuttle, but she was a bit late on that clear. But what she is going to be doing is sneaking up top to see if she can catch any of that action. Olaf would love to go in here with that ghost, so she's going to see if she can catch him red-handed.
Yeah, this is not looking too... Oh, I was going to say, Bai Loves You did have a freeze set up, but it looks like he's going to break it. Latuf is just going to help shove instead. Nothing should happen here, just getting an exhaustive reset, hopefully. As we see that now Captor on Graves is on that bot crab. Latuf is actually going to reset, not take the top crab, maybe assuming that the top crab is taken by Graves. So now Latuf is going to fall a bit behind Attempted as Captor's taking his Braum.
Yeah, and you had to pay the price for that as the jungle, right? It was really smart by Captor to recognize that Vi has to take the time to push in top and try and challenge her on that Gromp respawn, and he should be able to get that in time and able to just E out before the Vi gets there.
Yep, he's going to just drive. Oh, he's actually going for the gank on bot. His Smokescreen's going to come out. Zenden's caught by the handshake. He has his flash still up, but he's just caught inside of all three members. There's no way he gets out of this one. He's actually still alive. He's trying to survive, run away.
Yeah,
save
gotta
his
give it
flash,
to the
no way.
Xayah.
Callum Koi's actually trying to chase him down. His lethal tempo is up with the rockets, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And Zenden's going to go down to the gank from Captor. Well played.
Yeah, some really smart decision-making there by Captor, being able to find the gank, but Latuf says it's my turn as he flashes in, and he should be able to get the kill. I'm pretty sure they can't finish
he's not
that.
going to get the reset. Good play by Latuf on the flash Q on the Vi. Violent Chill, not able to react with flash. Granted, it was from Fog of War, so I can't blame him for that, but thankfully Latuf saving the ball lane play here, trading it 1-for-1 in the end.
Yeah, they're able to get one back, but I just want to point out, look at that Graves CS, right? He is so far ahead already as Vi, she naturally can't clear that fast, but she is already falling so far behind, and Graves will continue to ramp up that CS lead over time.
Yeah, not just with the CSC, but he did get that assist, of course, on the bot gank. So we'll see how Latuf can try to claw it back. Forcing more ganks is likely a good idea. As we see, he did go for that Sheen, so looking for that burst damage. Of course, that worked out on killing the Zaya. So we'll see if he can force any more plays, maybe before the Olaf's flash comes up, for example. But for the time being, back to farming in the jungle.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are pretty content in the mid and bot lane to just farm it out and get those key items. But the lane where that's not the case is that top lane, right? You've gotten 1-0 Olaf, and the Fiora has the waves, like she's trying to get that pushed in. If she's not able to and Olaf can drag a freeze here, then that could be pretty hard. Oh, you actually see the Rise moving up. He has the ult. They might look for a play together here.
Yeah,
They're
the
going
Rise is
for
going
it.
to realm warp in. Fiora's flash is not up yet, but she's just going to dash down towards the river. Can they catch up to her? The smoke's going to clip her, not enough. Olaf pops Ghost. He's going to try to hit it with the undertow. It's going to hit one, but the Else and Flash are going to come out. It's not going to be nearly enough. Inexhaustive goes down to capture. And a great play by UALBERTA to punish the flashless Fiora, who was shoved in.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of play you want to see, right? Using that Rise ult super proactively there. The Fiora, when you're pushing that wave back in his top lane, you're so susceptible to ganks, and they punish that exactly.
Yep. I honestly thought he was going to get away once they sort of realm warped above him and he was able to dash down towards river, but that Olaf with Ghost is just almost inescapable. Once he hits that undertow, you're slowed up. Rise follows up with the flash, and you're just not getting away with that without flash.
Yep, and this Graves continue to make impact on the map, but Vi, her ult is going to be coming up soon, and Rise has no flash because I believe he tried to, he did the flash snare to secure the kill on the Fiora, but that is somewhere where you should be able to look, because Talia can follow up so easily with her knockup on top of your ult.
Yeah, of course, Rise super susceptible to ganks without flash, very short range, and generally plays for the push with the E-wave clear, so we'll see if he ever does step up too far. Both top laners flash are now up, so we'll see if there's another skirmish going up top. Interesting that Inexhaustive is consistently getting the push despite that early deficit.
Yeah, and I think Olaf kind of wants to keep the wave here as well.
Possible another all-in. He's going to hits the first undertow, but
oh my
some spectator bug getting stuck in the minions. I'm not sure if that was client side as well, but looks like there's not going to be anything else going on here. Inexhaustive down a level here. His ult is up though, while Bio Loves You is still down. We see Warriors Gold is going to pull for the dragon instead.
Yeah, they're able to consistently get this bot lane priority right now. Just purely being in this lane, Jinx has built up a 20 CS lead. They're consistently getting that push, and they're able to use the prio to pick up that first Ocean.
Yep, first Ocean, first
Oh,
drag.
wait, Jinx ult coming in. Is he going to hit?
Ooh,
barely goes wide.
But all one's going to come out anyways. Ragnarok and Grand Charge are going to come down. Exhaust is trying to hit the Vitals, but it's not enough. Both flashes are going to come down. But Chinga Dinga is here. He must have walked around. His Realm Warp is not even up yet. And just another great roam by this Rise, punishing Inexhaustive. It looked like he maybe would have won that 1v1, but the huge wave that Olaf flashed into, there's no way he could realistically chase it. So another great play by UALBERTA. The kills are now 4-1 in favor of them.
Yeah, this Rise is picking up kills and assists left and right as Fiora is now 0-3. It's not working out. They should be able to walk out here. I don't think anything will happen.
Yeah, if those chompers hit,
yeah, if the ult was there instead of sending it to literally on the other side of the map. But hey, you gotta go for it sometimes.
Yeah, it's a great point. If his ult was up, we could look for Killer. Latuf trying to find it.
Oh no, you hate to see it.
Latuf buffers the season assist on a backing champion. They're gonna get back. His ult's gonna go on cooldown. That's so unfortunate for Warriors Gold as they just, again, losing out on that play.
Yeah, but it's just showing yourself bot there is just so bad too, because your entire top side is up and Graves is just devouring it all right now.
Yeah, we'll see if Latuf can make a play mid instead of... Inexhaustive's going to find Captain in the jungle here, actually trying to take the red. Inexhaustive. I believe he was trying to go for the parry there. If Captor auto the blast plant, the parry would actually force the stun, as it would count as a stun onto Captor, but I believe he would still fly over the wall anyway, so good play by Inexhaustive to recognize that Captor was in the jungle, but nothing to come out of that. Fortunately, the red was saved though for Latuf. Yeah. Looking for a roam top.
Yeah, Zendat, he came up to try and salvage some of those camps, so Latuf still ends up getting his red, I believe. Only the Raptors end up being stolen, but still 30 CS lead, and the Herald is about to be dropped too. This Graves income is looking really good right now, which means for that next Dragon fight in 3 minutes, he's going to be pretty hard to deal with.
For sure, but you do mention 30 CS lead, and Callum Coy himself has almost won up on the Violent Chill. So this Jinx is definitely going to be the strong point for Warriors going into the potential Dragon skirmish. So we'll see if Callum Coy can get to his first item before then, which he has not backed in some time, I believe. We're waiting for Zended to come back and help him out.
Yeah, no, not really much reason to back. He's just going to be chilling, making sure he doesn't miss any CS at all. But you can see, like, if it's Renata, you can literally just walk up in their face.
Callum Coy going for the
Uh,
1v2. The hostile taker is going to come out. Callum Coy barely sidesteps it without even using flash. He's looking for the rockets from range. Zenon's here now.
Kill!
The Featherstorm's going to come out. Callum Coy flashes it. Violent Chill is going to go down. Callum Coy going for the second kill. Valdano has to flash out. Zendon actually takes the kill on Violent Chill due to the fact that he autoed him while he was in the Renata passive. Latuf actually killed Rise mid. And a great punchback by Warriors getting 2 kills for themselves. And just so aggressive by Callum Coy there.
Yeah, it's crazy that he goes for that. You know, he doesn't have his mythic item completion either, so the damage is like pretty even with the Xayah, but he just knows. He's got, I guess, like the level lead, and he knows with his like rocket range that he's just able to. Oh!
Captor goes for the flash phase. He's going to miss the smoke screen. Callum Coy's trying to kite. He doesn't have any sums up, but he has the Milio with him. Captor's going to use the end of the line. It's not going to be enough. He's looking for the kill. Zen is body blocking the autos. Captor is
so
going to go
good.
down. Callum Coy. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, I mean, this Jinx going crazy, and Milio, I gotta give the props, trying to block so many of those autos there, just being the goalkeeper for the Jinx, and Callum gets another kill. Ooh, he should hopefully be able to get away here. No flash
Ghost
on
is going to be popped by
Renata.
Violent Chill. He's going to chase Zen. Zen is going to flash up towards the river where Latuf is. Violent Chill's going to try to flash on the kill. Can he finish it off? Yes, he's going to finish off Zen. And Latuf is here. He's going to use season assist on the Xayah. Callum Coy is trying to get in range, but he's walking up too close. Violent Chill can now trade the auto. Are they going to kill him in time? No, the reset's going to come out. Latuf's going to finish him off anyways, and now it's just Valdano and Latuf standing. Valdano no sums. Can Latuf finish her off? Likely not. I think he's too much HP. In the end, that's a 2 for 2 for 1 in favor of UALBERTA. I forgot that Zenda did go down at the start.
Ooh.
Oh, Plex with the solo kill mid on Chingatinga Captor. Trying to turn around, but he won't be able to.
Yeah, even has his ult, so he should hopefully be able to get away with that passive movement speed, using that terrain.
Oh, Captor dashes right into
Zenden's
the
here,
stun,
though.
and Plex gets to walk out. Great solo kill by Plex. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it, but yeah, this Rise not making the roam plays, but not able to win out the 1v1 in lane.
Yeah, and now, like, the Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds here. Rise is dead, doesn't have TP to get back, so this just gives a lot of prio over to Waterloo again. The Jinx, she's come back with her Mythic and Boots completion, and Xayah, even though she doesn't have those complete boots, she has the Mythic, so it's pretty close, but Captor looking top here.
Riptail's going to go down, end of the line onto the Fiora. Is he going to be able to live? He tries to parry, but it's not going to be enough. Baya Loves You has more than enough to survive. And Exhaustive going down yet again. A lot of focus coming down towards him, and a lot of gold going over with the plates through the Herald.
Yeah, this Graves is getting richer and richer by the second, but that Dragon should end up going down to Waterloo, bringing their total to 2.
Yep, you can see them pinning it. They're going to go for that play. Like you said, Graves having a lot of gold on himself. He's going for that Youmuu's hard carry build with the lethality and the burst damage. Latuf himself, though, of course, down now almost 40 CS, but he does have 3 kills to his name, and he is quite strong himself, although unlikely to be able to duel Graves. And that second Dragon's going to go down.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if he's able to carry in these fights, because the carries like Jinx with that superior range with like the Milio adding onto it as well, you really have to have just excellent mechanics on the Graves to know how to space while also getting that damage off.
Yeah, we'll see if he'll be able to. As we saw in that one bot gank he tried to make with the flash, it wasn't enough with Zen in there to bodyguard, but we'll see if he can pull it off later. And notably, first turret did go down to the Olaf. One small change in this new patch is that local gold has been increased for turrets while decreasing global gold, so the net gold is still the same, but that is a lot of gold to Olaf himself, who is now probably going to win the 1v1 if he wasn't already against the Fiora.
Yeah, usually if the matchup is even, the Fiora, once she gets that Sunderer, can kind of bring things even, but she's so behind right now that I feel like she's going to have to get like 3 items before she can start beating the Olaf.
Yeah, Warriors Gold here pulling for a 4-man bot play. Neither bot laner on the side of UALBERTA has flash. They're stuck under the turret. They have a Talia and Vi behind them. Jinx and Milio trying to shove the wave in.
It's a risky dive. They got the hostile takeover. Xayah's got the ult to dodge too, but isn't going to stop them from going for it.
This is taking a while. Captor's now here. Chingadinga's also trying to pull over as well. The TP's coming out from Rise. Latuf is in all by himself. Can he finish off Valdano in time? No, he's going to get stuck up and taken down. Can they take out Chingadinga on the backside? There's too much lockdown. Plex cannot follow up. And yeah, a bit of a hard force from Warriors. Taking too long to set up, and UALBERTA rotates over and finishes off Latuf, who dove in himself.
Yeah, it's weird that Latuf goes in there. He sees the Graves while he's channeling his Q, and he doesn't want to get out. He just wants to commit for that play, and he ends up paying the price. The bounty ends up going over as well. And
to the Xayah, yeah.
Yeah, to the Xayah of all people. That's exactly where you want that gold, and she just gets a BF sword while coming back.
This game I was going to say was the top side of UALBERTA versus the bot side of Warriors Gold, but that bot play going towards and in the favor of UALBERTA, so we'll see how Warriors claw themselves back. Down just about 2k now. But again, they do have the scaling comp and 2 dragons to their name, so this is far from over.
Yeah, and second Herald is going to be contested over here. Everyone moving up. Rise is bot, but doesn't have TP. Oh, Captor just ends up taking it before the rest of the team gets here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Warriors want to contest it. No Vialt, and again, Inexhausted. Not nearly as strong as that Olaf. So we're going to concede the second Herald as well. Captor trying to look for a cheeky play here. Uses his ult to finish off the Raptors. Latoof, none too happy about that.
Yeah, just gotta assert your dominance as the jungle there, yo. Even if you have to flash for it, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's about sending a message rather than just getting the CS for yourself.
Yeah, and actually, I think is Fiora fighting bot?
Yeah, she might be on
Oh,
the
Rise TP's out. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Rise uses the Realm Warp. As weak as this Fiora might be.
1 HP. She's TPing
top to try to help out. Callum Coy found himself caught out by the Olaf. Is he going to be able to win this 1v1? We have the Talia trying to ult over, but doesn't actually ride it all the way. Olaf flashing in! The play's going to go over to Captor's going to get him killed for himself, covering the play, and BioLoves gets the other. So unfortunate for Warriors. That's a 3-0 in favor of UALBERTA.
Yeah, the Viking still gets away with his life there. He's just so strong right now, just flashes on people, keeps that ult going, and just is on a rampage as mid tower ends up going down too.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how that started off. Callum Coy found himself caught out without a turret and without Zenden, so the Olaf just runs him down. Inexhausted tried to TP to cover, and I saw Plex was ulting over, but it didn't look like he rode it all the way. Maybe he got cancelled trying to ride it, so then just not enough bursts coming out on the Olaf. He just flashes in and kills them. This game's slipping out of Warriors a hand a bit, now down 5k at 17 minutes.
Yeah, and they gotta dig deep here, you know, you gotta try and find these picks with the Vialt, right? The Xayah may have the ulti, but the Rise is immobile. The Graves is fairly immobile as well. You gotta try and get value out of the Vi in these fights.
Zenden caught in the root by Violent Chill. He has flash and heal though. He's just gonna run. Violent Chill flashes to try to get the kill. Zenden's gonna use his ult to live, and he is going to. Violent Chill 2 caught out, and it's gonna get the kill over to Callum Coy. Now chasing Valdano, who has to flash on himself to stay alive. That's a big shot at Callum Coy. Callum Coy still going under the turret. It's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ult it because he is in full vision, but this time it was Violent Chill who was trying to be as violent as possible there, but the greed gets the best of him. Yeah, he needs to chill. As the Dragon coming up in less than a minute here, this is going to be big, you know, because Alberta, they got some gold in their pockets now. They're ready to fight here, but Waterloo wants to get to that soul point, so there's got to be a scuffle coming up soon.
Yep, despite Violent Chill going down, he was up more than early enough for this Dragon, so we'll see if Waterloo or which team decides to contest it or go for it. Again, Violent Chill giving over that shutdown. These players with shutdowns always stepping a bit too aggressively, just giving over gold to the other team.
Yeah, and coming into this Dragon now, UALBERTA have all the control. The vision is all on their side, and Waterloo's going to have to slowly walk in. The Vialt actually is not even back up yet, which is the key reason you really picked that champion. And Plex, he's going to be split pushing, trying to get that top tower before TPing down, but Alberta's going to try and catch him off guard.
Yeah, BioLoves, he looks for the undertow. It's not going to hit. He does not have flash, so there's no chase potential coming out. But this looks like Warriors are going to concede the Dragon and instead send, yeah, Plex getting that top gold. Oh, Rise actually going to TP to cover, so good play by him, Chingadinga to cover that top wave. Dragon's going to go over to UALBERTA, and oh, unless the Jinx ult is not enough.
Nah, it's super hard to do that after those nerfs, you know, right? It's like, yeah, we've had enough of Jinx stealing objectives. And now they're going to actually be looking onto this Rise here. He has the flash, he has the ult. We'll see if he's able to get out.
He's all alone. There's no TP to cover from the side of UALBERTA, so we'll see if they go for this dive. I think Latoof probably biding his time, waiting for his ult to come up. Chingadinga half HP stuck under the turret. We'll see if Vi decides to go up now that he has cleared the Gromp. His flash is up, his ult not yet. Oh, early flash by Chingadinga means he's not going to get out and he's going to go down. Kill goes over to the Plex. And yeah, I guess a bit of an early flash from Chingadinga and a great display of patience from Latoof.
Yeah, he's just panicking there. Like, you can kind of I think he was trying to, like, Vi might flash Q, so you just can't react, so you kind of have to respect it. But Latoof winning the mind game there as BioLoves is trying to go in again, but the tower's going to keep Inexhausted alive for now.
Yep, the top play is going to be answered bot with the Herald. 2 turrets going down the bot side, especially that inner turret is worth so much gold. Both Captor and BioLoves, we're definitely happy about that one. And there's not going to be any... Oh, maybe they will be. Plex is trying to come in on the Weaver's on. The ult's going to go down onto Captor. Can he get away? The Seismic Shell's going to miss from Talia.
Ooh, the hostile takeover goes wide.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything too much is happening. Oh, forces the Featherstorm out of Violent Chill. Can Warriors gold chase? They don't have any hard engage anymore. Now the Vi ult is down. And both teams just going to walk away.
Yeah, Rise is back on the map now, so Waterloo cannot keep chasing. I think they just really wanted that 5v4. They tried to force it, but again, it's Zai and Renata. You don't want to run into them, especially in those narrow jungle corridors. So at least they don't end up overcommitting and getting aced, right?
Yeah, it could have been worse. That hostile takeover, like you said, could have been enormous in that jungle corridor, but it wasn't quite. Captain now looking for the play on mid. He's going to throw out the smoke screen, but he's kind of out alone. Plex trying to look for the kill now. They're going to miss the seismic shove.
Ooh.
Captain's going to take down Plex, but it's going to be traded back by Callum Koi on Chingadinga gets stuck in the chompers. He's going to go down. Callum Koi does so much damage. Chingadinga has the rise. Renata fast to try to save him, but he's going to go down as well. Via loves you now running in without flash. He's going to take down Zen, and Callum Koi's trying to kite for his life, but he has no flash. Can he live from this? Oh, Olaf's going to take down Latoof as well. There's so many low health bars. Callum Koi's going to finish off. Via loves you now, but Daniel's still stuck alone. He's going to go down to Callum Koi. Callum Koi staying alive through this entire play and just picking up 3 kills for himself.
Callum Koi is on a rampage as he just mows down the team of UALBERTA. And Zaya might be next, honestly. Her ult's not down, but he's going to be trying to get that tower. He's actually going to get excited off of it, so Violet needs to chill, and he is going to, hopefully. But, ult goes wide.
Yep, would have been it would have probably killed if it hit because Violet did not have feathers from to dodge it. Fortunately, he does sidestep it instead. But yeah, huge play by Warriors, 4 for 3 in the end, but a lot of gold over to the Callum Koi.
Yeah, and it was honestly just a trade of lives there, and whenever there's these like equal trades going on, Jinx is able to get excited, which means she just pops off on the enemy team and just that superior range again, right? Like, no one was able to touch her. Only the Olaf got onto her, but just isn't able to kill her. It means there's not really anything anyone else can do.
Yeah, the name of the game for UALBERTA should definitely be to kill this Jinx. You know, they get other kills on Latoof and Zenden, for example, but that's not the priority target. We see now Callum Koi's going to be almost at 3 items, which would be just an enormous, he's almost 2 items up on Violent Chill. Just an enormous Jinx that's a problem for UALBERTA to deal with.
Yeah, and he's going for another Zeal item here, which means you have the attack speed, the movement speed. You can kite so well. It just is so massive for these team fights to try and survive.
And just a point we haven't talked about in a while. Look at the CS numbers again. Captor
Oh
almost
boy.
flame horizing Latoof.
And on the other hand,
Yeah.
Callum almost flame horizing Violet. It almost feels like Graves might be taking some of that Zaya CS. I don't know.
Yeah, Graves saying that I'm the carry. I'm going to be the one that's going to kill this Jinx. So far, we haven't seen that just yet. But, you know, with the help of Olaf, maybe next time will be better. Olaf and Graves both having flash now. But so does Callum Koi. So we'll see the way these teams play these team fights is going to be absolutely critical to who wins the game.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, right? Like, when you have a Jinx, 3 items to a Zaya 2, it's
Rude
like...
finished.
Oh, yeah, it was 1.5 when I was about to start the point. But, yeah, that makes it a bit easier. But having that big item advantage in the team fights just makes a lot bigger difference than Vi being behind on Graves, right? Vi she can just be a meat shield. She can just press R and be that utility. And you can still have an impact without being fed. But for Zaya, you got to lay down the damage. And if you're behind, it's just not as much that you can do.
Fortunately for Warriors Gold, again, yeah, Vi and Fiora can act as a... they are a front line, but definitely not the tankiest in the world with that lethality. Graves, Burst, and how ahead, I guess, Olaf is. There definitely is an opportunity for Waterloo's front line to just get evaporated.
Yeah, and now 15 seconds for this Dragon. Soul Point is on the horizon. UALBERTA, they're going to switch the tables here.
Yeah,
going
they're
to try and
pinging
go for
the
Baron.
Does Waterloo have any idea? They do have a pink ward on, so they're going to see this being started. How are they going to decide to play it? Inexhaust is walking up.
Yeah, Plex has TP too. They should be able to get here in time. He's going to use it.
There's so much damage going down on Baron. Inexhaust is going to try to catch Valdania on the side, but the Baron's just getting absolutely melted. Baron's going to go over to UALBERTA. Can Waterloo Warriors do anything about it? The Realm Warp is going to get canceled, I believe. No, it only took some people out. The Vile's going to come down to Olaf, but he's going to die anyways to Callum Koi. Inexhaust is going low. He's going to be taken down by Captor. Jinx is getting excited, though. Can he find any more kills? No, Chingadinga is going to flash out. And in the end, it's a 1-for-1, but Baron over to UALBERTA is huge. Wait, they're going to catch Captain.
Oh, greedy back.
What a greedy back. What are the Warriors just no fear walking into their base. UALBERTA thought they gave up the chase. And in the end, it's actually a 2-for-1, and Warriors now have the push and the opportunity to look for more, despite the Baron going to UALBERTA.
Yeah, it was looking good. Oh, they just don't have the wave here. Going to wait for it. But yeah, it was looking good. The Realm Warp got a few of them out, but not all. So one of them ends up going down, but the Graves also going down means... Look at that Jinx. Oh my god.
Valdania going to half HP. Chingadinga forced to walk out. They just don't have any range to deal with this Jinx, and the mid inhibitor is going to go down for Warriors.
Yeah, going to take that Infernal Dragon now, make it Soul Point, and... Infernals on Jinx, oh boy, that is a scary sight to behold.
Yeah.
Oh man, you do not want to let her get sold. She's going to start one-shotting people.
If you thought she was hitting hard before, it's going to be even harder now. Yeah, great play by Warriors to, I guess, save the play despite the Baron getting melted. I'm very surprised, actually, given they made Baron harder to take down early on
Hmm.
a couple patches ago, but with how much damage UALBERTA have, they just absolutely melt it.
Yeah, just everyone on their team is, other than Renata, is able to do a significant amount of damage, and they're able to burst that down. And it did help a bit, but Waterloo still getting that dragon and getting those kills, able to get the inhib as well. It just makes it not worth it anymore.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get anything else out of this Baron power play. I doubt it though, as again, Warriors do have had the upper foot in the time being. They're just gonna clear waves, and it's hard for UALBERTA to force anything at the moment. They're just gonna clear their camps.
Yeah, and so eyes on the Jinx. She's that main carry. The next item she's going to be going for is that LDR, which there's some pros and cons, right? It's just going to be even more explosive amounts of damage, but it it doesn't make her harder to take down. She's not going for anything like the GA or BT to keep her alive, which means for you, Alberta, you just have to try and get onto her, try and find a way to get the kill onto her. But yeah, that's the comp, right? When you pick Graves, jungle, Olaf top, where's the CC? Where's the engage coming from, right? You have to hope she walks into your hands and kills herself. Like, it's just a bit of a hard win con, and we'll see if they're able to get some like interesting flanks or any cool plays, maybe some death bushes to try and catch Callum off guard, but his eyes are razor sharp right now.
Like you said, definitely the aggressive option to go for that last whisper. Supposed to something more defensive. Relmorph's going to try to come out to get out away from Inexhaustible. The Q's going to hit from Latuve, and he's going to seize an assist. Rise has the Zonias to try to stall. Hostile Table is going to come out. It's not going to. It actually is going to hit Callum, but he has the cleanse to get it out with the Milio. Callum Coin now chasing and trying to finish any kills, but it looks like no one will go down.
Yeah, doesn't have to worry about the hostile takeover. Milio's got his back, or more like Milio's going to make sure he doesn't get killed himself. But yeah, Jake's able to get out, and sorry, the Rise is able to get out, but the turret is on the line next. You got Olaf split pushing down that bot lane, trying to see if he can get some leads for himself, but it's not like he can push right into that base. I would like to see maybe try and go top lane. The in-ear turret is like a bit easier to get down on that split push, but we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, we'll see where he goes. I am very curious now. He is still an item up on Inexhaustible, but Inexhaustible does have the Executioner's Calling, as opposed to Bylove, who has no Grievous Wound. So I am curious who actually wins the 1v1 between the two of them.
Yeah, I think Olaf, unless Fiora is just like proccing vitals like no tomorrow, Olaf should still be stronger, but I feel like one more item and Fiora is going to reach that summit where she's able to just start winning trades against Olaf.
Speaking of one more item, Callum Coy done that a lot. Lord Dominic's regards.
Already,
just
oh my god.
So strong. And again, I was going to say that I love this from Callum Coy, just playing aggressively, not trying to build GA or something defensive, having faith in his own positioning and skill to stay alive and just pump out damage on the instead.
Yeah, and now we got interesting timings here, right? The Baron and Dragon are going to be up at the same time again, which means we'll see if they pull off any shenanigans, try and get the Baron for themselves, and this time not take any greedy backs or anything. But I'm sure Waterloo, they'll be ready for it this time. You're not going to catch them off guard again.
Yeah, despite the gold advantage still being slightly to UALBERTA's favor, I do think I would. Oh, nope, no play's gonna happen. I do favor Warriors in team fights due to just how strong this Jinx is. Again, it would come down to execution largely, but I have faith in Callum Coy. What can I say?
Yeah, pretty much. And they're keeping their pedal on the metal here.
No,
Ooh,
like
let's see if they get the timing. Yeah, they're just doing a death bush, trying to get the leverage onto this bot inner tower. Fira's pushing it in.
Juve's gonna go in on the catch. Chingadinga has no stopwatch this time, or he's gonna flash out the
bailout's
not enough. And a great catch by Warriors.
Yeah, I think he was alive when he flashed, but the Leandries just ticks it right over the edge, which means Talia ends up picking up the kill. Plex got his positive KDA now. I mean, he's skilling up, right? His Seraph's Embrace is online. He's going to start doing serious amounts of damage now.
Yep, great catch by Warriors. UALBERTA's going to clear out the wave, so nothing to be pushed here. Instead, Olaf's going to trade the top inner turret for himself, just on that split push, making sure he's making use of that advantage. I think recognizing that team fights are going to be very difficult, so instead keep him on the side lane. But this new wave is here, and Warriors going to try to push for the turret. Let's goes in for the flash. He's going to get it on the Captor. Sees that this is going to come out, but Captor flashes out. Is he going to live? He is. There's no more damage to come out, but Violent Chill steps 2 for 4. He tries to flash him, but it's not enough. It's going to go down to Plex. And a huge play by Warriors going to make sure they can take this bot in him. Can they go for more? Chingadinga's up in 8 seconds. Daldanio and Captor hobbling back to base, but there's not enough HP on the side of Warriors, so they're going to go for the reset. Captor's considering looking for a chase here, but looks like nothing else is going to happen. That's a second in him for Warriors Gold as the Dragon and Baron are about to come up.
Yeah, the decisiveness. That's what you pick Vi for, right? And okay, they should hopefully get out here. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The decisiveness is what you pick that Vi for. You know the Rise is dead. You just instantly force. Doesn't matter if they're under tower. They can't move. You got the damage. They're dead, right? They get the kill onto Violent Chill, and now she's gonna be down for 3 more seconds after the dragon starts. And with all that travel time, she's not gonna be there while they take it.
yeah, but UALBERTA is actually setting up or in the area first. We'll see if they actually decide to contest. The captain actually tried to start it, but now he's stuck in the pit all alone against all 5 of Warriors. He probably has a dash to get on. He is going to, but Soul's going to go over.
Yeah, no flash.
Warriors, and the
back in.
smite is secured by Latouf. That's Infernal Soul over Warriors. Olaf's trying to go in. He's going to try to finish off Kalimko. Kalimko has the stopper, so and he has both thumbs still up. Can they finish him off? No, he's going to walk out. Olaf trying to flash on himself. Not nearly enough. Plex is going to take him down. And also an exhausted taking down the Rise. Captor's 0 HP. He's running for the hills. Kalimko flashes in. He gets the auto. That's just going to be godlike for him as he takes down Captor. It looks like they can now look to push for the end. It's only Valdano and Violent Chill alive. Exhaust is looking to cancel it back, but will he find Valdano in time? No, he's actually just going for the wave.
Yeah, Renata gets out. Ooh.
That's a flashless ult with Xayah against Latouf. His ult is about to come up. It's
Oh
not
my
enough.
God.
That damage from the Vi with the Infernal Soul just absolutely blasts Violent Chill back to the fountain. Warriors Gold going to look for the end here. Jinx getting excited. No one up on the side of UALBERTA except for this Renata. And it looks like this is going to be the game for Warriors.
Yeah, they're pushing it down. 1 tower down, 1 Nexus left. Few more seconds, that's going to be it. Waterloo taking game 1 against UALBERTA here. 20-15 score, kind of made it a little close, but as the game went on, Walu started warming up. They were getting ready, and the team fights were just played out clinically as they take the win.
Yeah, those last couple team fights didn't actually look close for the most part. Just Waterloo always on the front foot. But throughout the early game, it did look like UALBERTA actually had a lot of chances to take control of the game, and they did. I think the largest goal lead they had was about 5 or 6K. So the game's slipping out of their hands despite their early lead. But I think a great turnaround by Waterloo to make sure that they came back with their late game comp.
Yeah, and from UALBERTA's point of view, right, you got that lead. You're actually able to make some good plays in that early game, but you just got to kind of clean up that macro, find out how to try and get some more picks. And honestly, I think the draft did make it a little hard for them as well because they don't really have any points of engage, some ways to look for ways to press their advantages, right? So slowly but surely that lead just slipped away from them, and in the objective fights, they just couldn't reach the Jinx. So if the Jinx was fed, not much you can do. That's GG.
Yep, GG it was, and Warriors Gold so going to go up 1-0 in this best of 3. We'll see how they try to change up the strategies for game 2. I think Warriors Gold, I think their drafting was pretty solid. They just have to maybe clean up the early game a bit. Meanwhile, UALBERTA opting for that early game combo. We'll see if they decide to switch it up to try to contest Warriors late game or try to just make sure they don't, or make sure they execute better on the early game advantages instead.
Yeah, and we'll be right back after a short break before we go into game 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for game two of the series. Waterloo taking that game one to bring them up to the lead. They need one more to make it to that crucial playoff spot. You think they're going to do it?
Yeah, I definitely think they have it in them. That first game, not the cleanest by them for sure, but I think if anything, they're
Yeah.
just warming up, getting their hands ready. I do hope that they'll take the second game more cleanly. But yeah, as you said, that playoff spot on the line, which will be on Saturday, and yeah, really excited for Warriors to make it there. Hopefully after this game.
Yeah, and before we get into that game two, just want to give a quick shout out to Spotify Rebellion or Shopify Rebellion for helping us make all of this happen. And yeah, we're gonna see if Waterloo can replicate that success in game two. Alberta, they got to be looking at some bans like the Jinx. I don't know if you'll let that be there again because Waterloo, they're recognizing the strength of it, right? Instantly first picking it, and it's just popping off in game.
Yeah, great call on the bans. That first time around they banned three mid laners against Plex, and I agree that Plex didn't have I'm gonna say they didn't have the hugest impact on that Talia, so maybe that strategy did work out. But Callum Coy instead popping off, so maybe they divert the bans to Callum Coy and try to shut down Plex on whatever champion he decides to pick.
Yeah, and they should have side selection again, if I'm right, and we'll see if they end up going towards that blue side or not. Usually teams are liking the blue side because they can get those heavy priority picks, but the counters that Waterloo had seem pretty effective into Alberta. So we'll see if they end up changing the script, maybe trying to get some like really favorable matchups in that like mid lane or something like that.
The power pick UALBERTA decided to use for their first game on blue side was Graves. I
Yeah.
do think that Graves looked really good, getting a huge lead early on. Not nearly enough with the full lethality build to carry the game, but if they do opt for blue again, I do think the Graves is still a solid first pick to go for. And instead, on the contrary, maybe Waterloo Warriors decide that, yeah, that Graves was a bit of a problem, and they'll ban that out.
Yeah, I feel like Graves in isolation is an okay pick, but you cannot be picking so much just damage alongside with it. Like maybe having like an Orn top or like a Lissandra mid, right? Something to get those fights started, give Graves that space to work will help him actually succeed because he got kills. He was really ahead, and I was really impressed by the early game. Honestly, he was really proactive and finding angles, but when it comes to later on in the game, you just can't like walk up and do anything. They'll just walk away from you.
Yeah, I like your call it again of a frontline champion or a tank. That game, all five champions arguably playing more utility or bruiser damage focused champions. No tank coming out. And yeah, Orn. I would love to see some Orn as an Orn one trick. These top players all love playing bruisers and hard carry champions, and Orn would just be wonderful to see in a fun time to finally see Orn get busted out.
Yeah, and on Alberta's side, they banned out Maokai last time. We'll see if they want to add like Vi to that list as well because both of these champions they can really just like they have these point and click abilities where you just simply cannot get away from, and that allowed Waterloo to just have these decisive engages, especially like in that bot lane where they know the Rise is dead. They can instantly force and use their man advantage to just win the game just like that. And you didn't really have a button like that on the side of Alberta, so maybe pick one of those away. Maybe use like maybe instead of banning the Maokai, pick it if you think it's really good, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned Rise, which I did want to touch on. Definitely not a very meta pick right now, and a bit of a spicier pick out from the side of Chinga Dinga, I believe his name
Yeah.
was. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on the Rise pick.
Yeah, I think like it was good. I believe he got solo killed unfortunately,
Yeah,
but he
right.
still had a decent amount of damage. But again, mages like those they take up a lot of time to get going, and he never really got into the game, even though he had some really good proactive rise ults to get assists and kills with. He just wasn't really able to do anything. Like even though you do damage, you're still short range. The Jinx is firing rockets at you from like another city. Like there's not that much that you could do. So even the rise again, it's okay if you could maybe like have someone to lock down that Jinx so you can walk up, right?
Yeah, those Jinx rockets just coming from absolutely, yeah, like you said, so far away with that Milio. Zenden operating the Milio very well. Just making sure Calum Coy stays alive and just pump out as much damage as possible. So yeah, a lot of different champions and ways that the second game draft can be approached. I'm really excited to see how they decide to do it.
Yeah, and let's try and think about the meta here. Like some of the picks that we didn't see go through. Like another really strong character right now has been like the Rumble, which teams have really been prioritizing, especially in like the last game that Waterloo played as well. The Rumble J4 combo just wasn't really showing up there, but it's again such a hard force tool. If the enemy doesn't have a dash, like the Rise and the Zaya, you J4 ult and Rumble ult. If they don't have a flash, they're just burning to a crisp there, right? So that's some of the combos that I want to see like Alberta try and go for, or even Waterloo to use to their advantage to try and get some ways to get like win cons in this game.
I'd love to see an exhaustive bust out his Rumble again.
Mm.
He definitely got punished a bit on it on Tuesday in his game against OTSU. Playing a bit of weak side, I suppose, just not too comfortable on the Rumble. But if he redeems himself the second game, on Tuesday his second game was absolutely phenomenal on Akali. So second game in Exhausted, I'm excited to see if he busts out another hard carry champion.
Yeah, these top lane picks are always spicy, and like the thing that I like that Waterloo did is they have this Vi in the jungle that can help facilitate all of these picks. And if you're running something like a Graves doesn't have that same kind of possibility, I think the gank jungler meta is just so favorable right now because of that like increased income on the solo laners usually that is better to provide damage on, right? Like you have a fed Graves going into a fed Jinx, the Graves doesn't really stand a chance as we saw in that mid lane fight, right? And because of things like that, you want to try and get those like facilitator junglers to try and get leads for your laners. And we saw that the UALBERTA jungler can really do that, right? He was able to do it on a champion with no CC at all. But imagine having a flag and drag to try and create opportunities as well. It would have been so much easier.
Right, and we'll be jumping into the draft now for the second game. Warriors Gold actually on blue side now, so they'll have that first pick advantage, while UAlberta will get the counter pick, probably to be saved for one of their solo laners.
Yeah, and I like that Alberta's trying to switch some things up, right? Something didn't work, you can't just run the same thing back again. You got to try and look for something different. And instantly, Jinx is gone. We are not letting her through again. They want something easier to work against, something they can try and get onto easier.
Yeah, they consider that Jinx obviously a huge threat on the hands of Callum Coy. We'll see what else Callum Coy decides to pick. He does have a pretty deep ADC champion pool, so Jinx is one problem eliminated. We'll see what he decides to opt for instead. And again, Azir Karma bans on the side of Warriors, pretty standard so far.
Yeah, and a champ that's very similar to the Jinx is the Aphelios, which is also something they can play here. Alberta will have to see if they can pick something that can try and punish that laning phase because last time they really couldn't. And if you are able to see that from the side of the Warriors, you're like, yeah, give me like Aphelios Milio again, and we'll just scale up into mid game, and they're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that laning phase just very heavily favoring Callum Coy. He had that huge CS we saw early on, which turned into a Flame Horizon even later. So Alberta maybe trying to focus more on the bot side to shut down Callum Coy. And Warriors Gold hitting the OF, considering that a big problem and something that I guess Inexhausted would prefer not to deal with. And Oriana is going to come from banned from Alberta instead, so Warriors cannot first pick it.
Yeah, good old Oriana red side ban. Not going to let Waterloo have that one again. But they end up going for the Maokai that was banned out last game. This is a really strong jungler in this meta. That ult is just so crazy for objective fights. But whenever we see a Maokai, there is a really good Silas answer on the other side. And that's exactly for what UAlberta is going for. You can just yoink that ultimate and send it right back at them and just be the Maokai yourself.
Yeah, very standard answer to Maokai. Warriors Gold, like you said, picking the Maokai
Ezreal.
first. Ezreal, not a very popular pick right now in ADC, but I do think it is a good choice for Alberta as it's much safer. You can play from range and it's hard to get caught. Zaya does have that Featherstorm and it was helping out Alberta's ADC to stay alive, but not nearly enough. I think Ezreal does add another layer of safety, just being able to hit from so far away.
Yeah, and Plex is going to pick up his signature Cassiopeia again. We're going to get to see that. It is such a good matchup into the Sylas because your damage output is so good that if Sylas comes near, you don't let him dash and you just poison him like crazy. And, ooh, they see the Ezreal. They're like, yeah, you're picking an ADC that, like, we can just chill and lane with. We're going to take the Senna and we're just going to scale to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, super exciting to see the Cassiopeia pick going into the hands of Plex. Like he said, it's his one. If I had to give a single champion for him, it is Cassiopeia. Alberta opting not to ban it again in the first round. This time, Warriors Gold will take it. We'll see if they have an answer to it. As there are a number of good matchups into Cassiopeia, but again, Plex just so competent on the champion, likely knows his way in and out of any matchup.
Yeah, and Dachi picked the Syndra here, and they're going to maybe be sending that Sylas to the top lane. But this is something that can be counterpicked pretty easily if you pick the right characters. We'll see what UAlberta bans out here to try and protect that from happening. But it'll be the Aphelios, which, yeah, that's Senna can flex ADC and support, so you're going to have to be trying to ban out both roles here. It kind of makes it a bit difficult. And we'll have to see what they also end up saving their counter pick is, right? Like, you see the Senna, so do you want to try and pick up your support? Maybe try and have something that will roam around like the Bard or the Alistar while the Ezreal is self-sufficient in lane? Or do you want to try and punish that Senna somehow with like a Blitzcrank or something?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a couple of different ways to look at it. And interesting, Warriors Gold actually banned Cassante, meaning that they believe the Sylas is going to go in the jungle. Not a popular jungle pick at all. His clear does get punished quite easily by invades as it's not too healthy. But Warriors Gold considering that as a possibility and knowing that still I guess acknowledging that Cassandra is still a powerful potential pick.
Yeah, the Sylas, it can definitely flex into the jungle, although not the best pick there. But Yeah, and Nautilus being banned out as well, just trying to reduce those engage options. And we'll see what UALBERTA ends up picking here. They can either break their flex, which I don't think they're. Oh, Sona is going to be interesting because it is a extremely strong scaling pick, but has a bit of that lane pressure with the poke as well. So they're going to try and match scaling with scaling here, see what they can do with in the team fights later on in the game.
Yeah, both of these last bans I think are pretty interesting. Warriors Gold banning Nautilus, which is not a super comfortable champion for Valdano, I believe. He is generally, as we mentioned, Karma very proficient, just generally better at enchanters,
Mhm.
or that style. So playing Nautilus Ezreal is definitely not a combo I would have expected to see. And from the side of UALBERTA hitting Senna so they can't play Senna Tom Kench, that is a combo that got nerfed in 13.21, I believe. So yeah, I guess they are just trying to eliminate comfort, and we'll see Warriors Gold instead opting for the Caitlyn, so it will be a Senna support.
Yeah, lane pressure is the name of the game here. Caitlyn Senna is such a strong bot lane. So much range on both of them. Traps, and you got the Senna W coming out, which makes it just so hard to walk up if you're someone like Sona. And oh, we got the Aatrox, baby. We saw the 1v4 from Zeus, and I think he wants to replicate it this game.
Yeah, Aatrox will be super exciting to see, and it is going to be locked in. Warriors Gold having two of their signature solo laners. You know, Inexhaustible is very well known for his Aatrox. Plex definitely
Mm.
strong in the Cassiopeia. So they're just going for these comfort power picks. Alberta gonna have to. They're gonna get the counter pick into the Aatrox with that R5 top lane pick. But yeah, we're very excited to see this. I am very excited to see this draft from Warriors.
Yeah, and we'll see what they end up picking here. I would like to see the Gwen go through. It is a really good matchup into that Aatrox, but it is going to be the Gnar instead. And Gnar is you're gonna have to play it a bit better mechanically, but Aatrox has that range to try and catch you out. So let to see who ends up at top of this matchup. It is a lot more volatile as well, so I want to see both junglers trying to go towards there, trying to impact that lane.
Yeah, we saw last game Inexhaustive getting punished on the top side in that lane. So Nard trying to, we'll see if they can make anything happen with that. This Nard will be going to buy I Loves You. It is a champion he has played for before, so definitely not something new. And that does mean it will be a Silas jungle.
Yeah, Silas jungle, he can make stuff happen. The clear isn't the best, but in today's jungle, like pretty much anyone can get in the jungle and like get away with it with a decently healthy clear. So Silas can make it happen. But the reason you pick Silas is those ultimates, right? The Maokai ult is great. The Cassiopeia one is decent if they're running into you. The Senna too is like decent, but like it's not the best, right? Like it's just the Maokai ult, and the Warriors it seems have kind of picked around that Silas, making sure not to give him some crazy ultimates like picking Ash or something. And yeah, we'll have to see what kind of impact Silas can have in this game now.
Yep, very curious. Like you said, that Maokai ult is going to be a huge catalyst for both teams. It is the main engage tool for Warriors Gold and Alberta. Unless Nari gets a very insane mega angle, which
Mhm.
is difficult to do, Silas ult stealing Maokai. Silas stealing Maokai ult is also going to be their main engage tool.
Yeah, and another big question mark for me is this Sona, right? Seeing Sona in comp is just so rare these days, but we'll have to see what Valdano has up his sleeve. Honestly, he has to have picked it for a reason because Karma was such a good option there, and we know that he plays it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't banned out as
It
well,
was banned.
right? Oh, it
It was
was
the
banned.
first ban from
Okay.
the side of Warriors.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
there we go then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if Sona can mimic the same kind of stuff that Karma would do here. And try and get that lane pressure because Caitlyn Senna is just as strong of a lane, but Kala might have to flash here.
He's going to ghost to try to get away. There's not too much. Oh, that duck is going to hit from Captor with the E2 on South, but there is no follow-up CC or damage. Cal's just going to walk away, popping ghost for it. But this 5-man invade from Alberta is going to be answered now from a 3-man invade top from Warriors.
Yep,
Um,
they see everyone bot, so they can walk up and get that vision, try and see where that Silas is starting, and perhaps even punish him, because his clear isn't the healthiest. You might be able to catch him when he's low.
Nothing else too exciting is going to happen. Actually, yeah, like you said, Warriors 3-pointing now in the enemy jungle. They're not going to leave. Baya loves you, well aware that this could be a possibility. Blind cues the bush. Um, yeah, looks like everyone is going to return to their original lane assignments. Nothing too exciting to happen else. Nothing else too exciting to happen.
Yeah, and right now, I think the main thing we want to look at in the early game is where these junglers start, right? We talked about how volatile this Aatrox Gnar matchup is, and we want to see both junglers trying to path towards it, but it looks like it will just be the Sylas. I think what the Maokai is looking for is we've got a Caitlyn Senna lane. For them to have impact, they need to be pushing in constantly and looking for plates. So as a jungler, I got to hover nearby and try and counter any ganks that come their way.
Yep, for sure. Last game we saw them both path up topside. This time a 2 opting to path down bot. And it's also fair to assume that this Aatrox might get shoved in the melee to range matchup. So we'll see how he decides to play it out. And I do believe that is the King and Aatrox. Oh, Valdano.
Yeah.
It's early level 1 into double ADC is going to get punished. Almost gets taken down to half HP.
Yeah,
Or
Sona's.
Zenden, well, Zenden will be as well, actually.
Yeah, it takes a lot of damage there, but it's taking up with the both of these lanes actually have a decent amount of healing, so they're both willing to trade a decent amount, but it is going to be Waterloo getting that push. We'll see if Silas goes for any cheeky level 3 gank or anything, or if he's just going to wall up to that top side.
Yeah, look at the Silas jungle already at just 200 HP, 300 after the Gromp heal, but really struggling to clear while Maokai's in his top jungle, knowing that the Silas' clear is not the greatest, taking the Raptors.
Yeah, and that's just really good knowledge of the matchup there, right? You got the sapling in the bush to see if the Silas is coming, and he's just easily able to take that away. And the Maokai is invading right now. You usually don't see that happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, Maokai not the greatest invade jungler to punish Silas, but I guess I'm going to eat my words there. Captor falling behind. He's actually forced to back after 3 camps.
Oh, no.
This pick is not looking
You hate to see it. He does have a smite. I feel like he could have gone for another camp, but he probably knows better. And he's going to take the reset there. Going to pick up a quick Dark Seal. So he's looking to just make this really big risk or like, you have to go big or go home with when you're picking that up, right? He's going to have to make some plays on these lanes, try and get those stacks. But
yeah,
he's actually coming bot.
Yeah, he's going for the high risk, high reward play. If this doesn't work out, he's going to be so far behind with just 3 camps. You know, I guess obviously looking to get those early stacks on the Dark Seal. He's like now pathing mid, going for bot crab.
Yeah.
Or going back mid. This Silas path is certainly something special.
I mean, there's nothing to look for mid. The wave state is not in your favor. Not sure, like maybe he's looking for a counter gank or something, but the Scuttle is spawned. Caitlyn Senna should have the prior here to help the Maokai. Silas has smite, so he can try and just burst it away before the team gets here.
The 2 for the Bramble Smash interrupts Captor's E1. Captor's
Yeah,
trying
that's
to,
the smite.
Yeah, he does actually get the smite down. No smite on the side of Latoof means he gets the crab for himself, so not as far behind as he could be.
Yep, and that does mean he doesn't have the smite for that next one. So as soon as Latouf's next smite comes up, he can try and run over to that second Scuttle. And yeah, Captor's like, hey, where's my Raptors, man?
Yeah, now realizing, I was going to say maybe he had that early back after 3 camps knowing Latoof was in his jungle, but it seems like that was not the case. He really just wanted to rush that early dark side, but now he's looking top.
Yeah, Aatrox has to get that wave shoved in, but he's not able to in time. Captor
I love
is
he was
on
going
his
low,
way.
he forced the flash. And he's also looking for the kill, takes a turret hit, but now he's going to go mega, dodges the Wom, he's going to not get stunned up. Captor's now fighting him in his wave. Does he have the damage? This is a level 3 Silas against a level 5 Aatrox. By level, he jumps in, Latoof is here to cover.
Oh my
Gets the
God.
first kill onto Gnar. Captor forced the flash out, and a great turnaround by Warriors.
Yeah, inexhaustive, dancing around the minions. They're not giving Silas a strength to strike, and Latoof is able to come in time and help him out with that first blood, get that wave shoved in, and he's going to get that constellation prize of the Scuttle as well.
Yeah, just a great play by Warriors. I do think UALBERTA misplayed it a bit, as we saw before Captor even got into the lane. Loves was forced to flash out, so maybe forcing something too early. But yeah, the Silence jungle just not showing it to be a super powerful pick.
Yeah, and that was really big there because Aatrox was so susceptible to a gank there, but Latoof is able to barely get there in time. Oh, no.
Steps too far up with flash. He's going to get taken down by Violent Chill. A bit too greedy. They're going for the souls, I believe. Latoof is now again on the Raptors, invading. Captor trying to finish off the Raptors. He's going to go over to Latoof for the smite. No, or the Captor of the smite, actually. Latoof, is he caught out? No. He's going to go back in. Chingatinga's back because he has no mana. Does Latoof have the damage to finish Captor? Captor's going to dash out. It's a red tip. It's burning. And he's going to go down, I believe, to...
Yeah, the bush sapling takes end up getting him there as inexhaustive. He's taking these trades. He's feeling comfortable with the serrated Dirk here, able to give him the advantage. And with his next combo, he's surely going to be looking to go in.
World Ender's going to come out. He's going to look for the kill. He's going to hit Q2 and take down the flashless Gnar. Great play by Inexhaustive.
Yeah, and I was surprised with that. Nar's just still standing there hitting the minions. You got to get out of there. The Aatrox is coming. But now he is 2-0.
Yeah, not respecting the range of those... or I guess the engage range from Inexhaustive. Flex now looking for the engage with ghosting in on Chingatinga, forced the flash out from the Syndra right after he TP'd. Just great solo plays all around. Firstly, Latoof arguably 1v2 and Captor in the jungle. Inexhaustive gets a solo kill top and Flex forcing the flash mid. Just great play from Warriors all around. Latoof now looking mid on the flashless Syndra.
Yeah, as soon as Plex forced that flash,
Flash
Latoof's on his way. He's here.
Plex goes in with the flash. Oh, it's not going to stun though. Unfortunately, Chingatinga goes for the unleashed power. It's not nearly enough. Plex picks up the kill. Captor's now trying to answer boss. Zenden had flashed out. He has 1,800 HP left. He's going to live. Calmcoy trying to auto back, but he's going to go down to Valdania on the Sona. Calmcoy enough to get out. He's going to try to trade the kill to Violent Chill. Why is Violent Chill walking up? He heals. Trying to get the kill. He's not enough. Captor is going to... Ooh. Calmcoy's going to miss out or flash out of the Absconda duct. Honestly, I think Silas might have died if he hit that.
Yeah.
He's a bit stuck on a turtle. Latoof's not here to cover.
Yeah, I think Cal just wants to stay alive and get his wave, honestly.
Yeah.
Which he is going to be able to pick up here. And Ezreal, he hits absolutely everything. Valdania with the kill.
Calm going with a 90 caliber net, not going in the right direction. Valdano's going to pick up a second kill for himself. Great cues from Violent Chill this game, actually, just punishing, I guess, Warrior Goals for not sidestepping.
Yeah, and UALBERTA's bot lane is really showing up here, and they need it badly, keeping them in this game. The Ezreal Sona is popping off in lane, and the Caitlyn Senna, which you expect all this prio, is just being punished for it.
Yeah, it looks like Zendin walking up a bit too far again there. Granted, Captor did gank, but he did have flash and still went down. Just taking too much poke before the play comes out. But now trying to look for the trade back. He's hits by another Ezreal Q. He's looking for the autos on the Sona, but there's not nearly enough damage. He's going to dodge out the second Ezreal Q. They're going to keep going. Ezreal does not have his E dash. He's going to sidestep the root from Senna. He's going to keep running. Now his E comes out. He's going to come out.
Squishy.
Missed from the 90 kilometer from Calvin Coins. Does he have the damage? He's going to try to chase down Violent Chill. He doesn't have lethal temple, so he doesn't have the range. Autos coming out to Valdano, but he's not going to. Valdano's going to walk into a trap, but it's not enough, and neither bot going to go down. Captor's back bot again. Can
Yeah,
find something
Cassio
this time?
spots him, I think. They got him. Oh, actually, I don't think so. They're not running away, and Silas should be able to pick up a kill here?
Maybe. He doesn't have
Ooh.
flash just yet. No flashes on the side of Warriors Gold either, but he's trying to shove this wave in as both bot laners on the side of UALBERTA low. Violent Chill's TPing back. They have no idea the Silas is here. Callum Coy's not going to check. He's going to face check it. Oh, they saw him walk out of the bush. He's going to go in on Callum Coy. Callum Coy walking a bit forward. He's trying to look for the dodge. It's not enough. He has no flash. Violent Chill's going to pick up another kill for himself. And unfortunately, Warriors bot lane falling a bit behind here now.
Yeah, and they're really just being punished. Their jungler's not there with them, so they can't help, but like they gotta get their wave pushed in, so there's not much they could have done there other than just bleed all that CS. But yeah, Callum ends up paying with his life, and UALBERTA's gonna go for that dragon, which does mean Latuve can get this Herald, which is, honestly, I would prefer the Herald over the dragon early on, so it is a favorable trade for Waterloo, but this Caitlyn and Senna is just not having the impact that they had imagined.
Yep, I guess the powerful sides of the map are switched around from the first game. Warriors Gold top side now very strong. I believe Inexhaustive actually solo killed by Loves You again during that bot scuffle. That lethality Aatrox build just doing so much damage. Meanwhile, Violent Chill going to be the focal point of the power for UALBERTA. We'll see if they can scale up with the Dragons. But now down 2k, the Herald's going to come down. Warriors Gold trying to press their top side lead.
Yeah, and now this Aatrox is honestly just going to turn into a real monster here. The Gnar is not going to be able to do much if he falls even the slightest bit behind. And that's why I was a bit iffy on the Gnar counter pick, which Bai has picked out. But you see, Inexhaustive just isn't scared to trade at all, even though the Mega Gnar is almost right here.
Yeah, I'm also curious. As we mentioned, he is going the lethality Aatrox build, but I believe that has been nerfed following Worlds. So we saw Zeus did it at Worlds. That is something that he is known for. But they did change Aatrox to be more focused on trying to build that Gore Drinker Bruiser build. Not sure if Inexhaustive is aware of that, or he's just trying to press his lead as hard as possible. We'll see if this Aatrox can maintain that lead.
Yeah, I personally still prefer that lethality build in terms of the impact that you can have, especially in matchups like these where you can just trade so freely. So you can quickly do your combo and just get out of there, and the lethality just helps out. And there you go. That's exactly what I mean. The Dark just
the ball play's going to come out. The Nature's Grab's going to catch Violent Chill and Valdano on the backside, but they're under turtle. Latuve's going to go in. He's going to take down Violent Chill. The kill actually goes over to Callum Coy, who almost went down. Captor's here to cover. Is anything else going to come out? Valdano used his crescendo earlier, so there's not too much engage on the side of UALBERTA. The Warriors are going to shove this wave in. And a great play by Latuve to find the bot laners.
Yeah, great play here. The power of the Maokai ult, right? This is why he was banned in that last game. The entire lane was just covered by these roots, strangling and rooting.
Chicken has no mana. Can he get a kill? No, he's going to end up in the miasma. Just gets taken down. His unleashed power is not enough to take down Plex. Plex finds the solo kill mid. He's also looking top again. It's not enough. He's going to world enter, but Bilos just jumps out.
Not going to use his flash there, yeah. But yeah, you know, the Syndra trying to look for trades onto the Cassio. Ezreal barely goes wide here. Good spot on the prediction, but Plex was in another spot. And yeah, you see, Plex had two components there, and his damage output was just way more compared to the Syndra. If Syndra maybe had that Blasting Wand or even like the Dark Sealed, I think that would have been a trade kill, but he was just too far behind, hadn't backed yet. And now the Cassiopeia is 2-0 as well.
Yeah, Plex demonstrating why his Cassiopeia is almost permaban against Warriors Gold and just absolutely dominating on the pick. Knowing his limits, yeah, like you said, only having two components, but knowing he could still win that 1v1.
Yeah, not only the 1v1s though, but look at that CS lead. He's like a whole kill's worth of CS ahead as well. These laners are really just flexing their power.
Over 1k up. Absolutely crazy. Not to mention Inexhaustive himself over 1k up as well. A 1k lead on the Maokai. Only ball lane is behind on the side of Warriors. But I believe that will not... Well, that'll be a lot to overcome for the side of UALBERTA, as Inexhaustive now a bit far in. Captain's going to steal the World Ender. Violence, he's going to flash over the Abscond attack. He's going to hit the Inexhaustive. Inexhaustive does not have the World Ender himself. He's going to go down. Shut down over to Captor. And he's going to be at the cost of the flash from the side of, two flash on the side of Alberta. Latouf trying to look for a trade kill. It's not going to be coming out.
Yeah, and Exhausted just didn't have the World Ender, and
Flash on
the
you onto
flash!
Latouf! Great play to find by loves you under the turn, and that's going to be the trade kill. Plex is also here to shove in the wave, and yeah, Warriors Gold salvaging the play. Granted, it's still net positive for UALBERTA since they did get the shutdown. However, a good turnaround by Latouf nonetheless.
Yeah, we'll see if they Herald top here as well, because the Gnar is not going to be up for another 10 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be so much money going over to this already fed Casio.
Daniel flashes over to Cassandra. He's going to hit onto the Calum Quaid. There's actually a TP behind from Syndra. The TP is going to follow up from Exhausted, but I don't think it's too little too late. Zended forced the flash out. The Unleashed Power not going to finish him off. Violent Chill goes over the wall. The Arcane Shift is going to finish off Zended. And Exhausted now looking for the kill. He has the World Ender. He's going to hit on Daniel, who has no flash. It's going to be one kill traded back. And Exhausted now chasing Chingadinga. Chingadinga has the mana to live. Scatter the Beast is going to stun him up. Can Exhausted follow up? He's trying to chase now. His World Ender's about to end. He hits the Q1. He hits the Q2. The Q2 actually does not knock up. Does he have the damage? He have one more auto.
Yeah.
So close. Scatter the Beak's not up yet. He's going to hit the double flashes! Chingadinga greeting flash. He's going to go down anyways. And a great trade back by Inexhaustive on the TP.
Yeah, and look at them. The solo leaders, they're taking every fight they want, getting the kills here. Plex gets one. Inexhaustive gets one. These solo laners are just taking over the game for Waterloo.
Absolutely great play by Loves You, looking the Cassiopeia in the eyes, and Plex just gives him the petrifying gaze. There's no way he gets out of that once the Miasma's under him. Latouf's now in onto the captain in their blue jungle. Ace in the hole's gonna come out. It's gonna be enough damage. But now
this is a Maokai.
1v3 Nature Grasp try to disengage. Stolen Nature's Grasp is going to come out. Latouf is now stuck with no flash. Can he help? The Senate ult's going to come out. Inexhaust is now here again. He has no ult though. Violent Chill trying to get it. He has flash. He's going to Arcane Shift over the wall. Now Warrior's trying to chase, but it's not going to be anything else found. Both Nature's Grasps coming out, as in Latouf's and the stolen one from Captor. Chingadinga's not sure. Can he train anything? He's going to hit the Scatter of the Weak on the Senna.
No ulti or anything though. Can't really follow up. But yeah. Man, Waterloo is taking over the enemy bot jungle. It's now their bot jungle. And Dragon up in 15. Surely they're going to take that whenever they want here, as they're going to first try and get some plates before they run out in mid lane as well.
Yep. Great play from Warriors overall. I believe this will be a net positive. Nara's just alone clearing out top. He is so far behind right now, not even close to his first item yet. As the ball lane of Warriors will take over mid and look to try to get the second dragon for themselves.
Yeah, this Nara just cannot play the game right now. This matchup has become so tough into that Aatrox, because that first Q gives you that range that Nara can't really kite you in these trades. And he is actually going to end up backing. They're not even going to try and go for that first tower because they don't know where that Aatrox is. You gotta respect it. You know, he's pretty unkillable right now.
Yep, with no turret behind him, he has nothing to retreat to. He is going to go for the Krugs, it looks like, but yeah, no plates means there's nothing for him to really push for without risking too much. And yeah, just again, nothing's going to happen here. I just really want to, again, as you've already done, highlight the impact of these solo lanes on the side of Warriors. These are their two signature picks, again, Inexhaustive's Aatrox, Plex's Cassiopeia, just absolutely showing up here.
Yeah, and looking at UALBERTA, right, their Ezreal is still really fed here. He's stacking up that tier, and he should have it completed in a few minutes. And you want to try and play around him, try and force the issues on these bot lane.
Yeah,
Plex here.
The Plex here, she's going to steal the Petrifying Gaze. Arcane
I don't think you want to dive that. That Snake has ult.
The ghost, so there's no one else here. There's no team on the side of Inexhausted. This is going to be a 1v4 dive. They're going to have to try to play it. Probably Plex still has flash. Who's going to tank first? Captor's going to dash in. He's going to fake the his Petrifying Gaze. Petrifying Gaze is going to return on 2. Plex, does he have the damage to trade one? No. The ground is going to hit under Captor, means he can't move out too easily, but he's still going to live with just a sliver of HP, as we can see. And Plex does go down without burning flash and almost trades the kill, but that's a huge shot on a Captor.
Yeah, Plex is not able to get his flash off. They're able to just nail him to the ground, get the kill before he's able to get that damage in return. But Herald onto the inner turret. That's another 700 gold going down to Inexhaustive here. He's going to try and get the next charge in potentially, but Valdenio is here to say no.
Yep, looks like they'll be able to finish off the Herald before it gets the extra charge. They should be able to. Yes, it hits the eye. And so overall, I believe that was a net positive play for UALBERTA, as Captor does get a huge amount of gold off that Cassiopeia shutdown. Also 5 stacks on the Dark Seal, but Warriors trade back a bit topside. Ooh, Captor walks into a trap actually. It's not enough.
Yeah, Callum going for a little Caitlyn combo there, but Captor's able to get out in time. And now you got, actually, like, Alberta has the ability to try and scale up a bit here. The Syndra actually scaled pretty well after her rework, so they're going to be looking for that here. And even the Silas too, right? Being at least able to get that, like, level 11, try and get, like, those lower ult cooldowns to try and force some plays, because that's exactly what you need to do right now, right? Maybe try and look in that Aatrox in the side lane, try and look at the Cassio like they did last time. Like, you see how far Cassio is pushed up right now, right? If Silas is able to just beeline it towards that bot lane, they can try and get some picks or something.
And as you mentioned with scaling, Violent Chill with that mana immune first. Oh, a pause is going to come out, so it gives us a chance to take a breather. Looks like Inexhaustive has DC'd. We'll get back in the game when we can. But yeah, Violent Chill, as you said, going for
Mhm.
that mana immune first item, which I do think puts him a bit behind actually, as he has that gold lead, but he's not at the stacked tier. So without Mirror Mana, it actually does gate his damage a bit. And then secondarily, I also wanted to mention that Callum Coy is going the Lethality Caitlyn build, which was also
Yeah.
quite hard nerfed a couple patches ago. So
Mhm.
Callum Coy decided that's still the optimal build for this game. It does make him stronger early game and with more burst. However, when it comes to scaling, it might not be the best. And we're going to jump back in a game in just a moment.
Yeah.
And the players get ready.
That's exactly what you want to be doing with Lethality Caitlyn, you know? Keep shooting out those ults on repeat. Later on into the game, those will do like half of their health. And
No, they
still
need
not
to
looking
look
for
for
a
an
play.
engage. He's ghosting in, but he's not ghosting. He's zooming in. Oh, he's gonna actually hit the stun onto Callum Coy. Callum Coy's gonna go down to Captor again. The Nature's Grasp has come out as we hit another delay. It looks like
Another
it's a
beautiful
2v3.
still here.
We can see Inexhaustive running up the backside. Nature's Grasp is gonna hit onto all three. Inexhaustive. Batu's gonna take down Captor. Inexhaustive's gonna finish off the Ezreal. Now Valdana's running for the hills, but it's not nearly enough. He's gonna get taken down. Running into the enemy jungle. There's 3 people chasing him. Who's gonna get the kill on this one? Looks like it's
Gotta
gonna
be
go
Inexhaustive.
over
There you go.
7-1 on the Aatrox. Drakthar first item, Moss second item. A good balance between damage and survivability. And a great turnaround from UALBERTA, avenging the death of Callum Coy.
Yeah, and their eyes are on Chinga Dinga next as they're going to be looking for the dive under tower. Maokai even has the flash here. Let's see what he's going to be able to
cover.
do.
Is he going to burn it? No, Tu's just going to find the engage. Chingading actually not going to be
Yo,
able to
Zed
do
did come from behind.
Chingading, or Vilos, you now, what?
Oh, no.
Latoof goes down. Chingading is still
Oh,
alive!
my God. No, it's a horror from
It's a
UW.
horror.
Chinga Dinga gets to Inexhaustive.
Oh,
Flashing.
predicts the
Beautiful.
flash for Inexhaustive. Captain just going to misstep duct. Can Inexhaustive get out? Now he still has his maw up, but no ults. He's going to get hit by the scatter of the weak. Now running for the hills. Captain flashes off the wall. Violent Chill both on the chase. Is Inexhaustive going to be able to get away here? Probably not. Captor has the E2. Is he going to hit it? Inexhaustive looking to E over the wall. Captor deciding not to go for it, actually. Inexhaustive is going to live, but just a unfortunate play for Warriors, frankly. UALBERTA turning that around beautifully. Chinga Dinga outplaying the dive.
Yeah, it almost looks like they thought they had the kill finished up already, especially when Zenden came in from behind. But Chinga Dinga able to get to there. It was just a grave mistake by the side of Waterloo. And they're going to have to make sure not to do that again on this next dragon that's coming up.
Yeah, I really thought they were just giving up the Syndra, given that Biolezu held TP before the until after the initial engage went off, and then decided to TP. I guess he was maybe surprised that Syndra lived, or they were trying to bait it very hard. But in either case, great play by UALBERTA.
Yeah, it was. Like, despite this, Waterloo is still like 5k up, so the next fight should still be pretty comfortable for them. We'll see if UALBERTA ends up contesting it or not. They're honestly in a pretty good position too. They have a lot of wards around this objective despite being so far behind. So we'll see if they end up trying to fight it. But there's just flashes everywhere other than maybe Inexhaustive. But I don't think the Aatrox will have too much trouble with that gap closing with his like 1 second E cooldown that he has. Right.
Yeah, I would doubt it. I don't think he was too worried. Looks like there's actually no one pulling the dragon just now. Warriors Gold actually 5-man on the top side. Meanwhile, UALBERTA looking to answer, but they're 3-man pulling down towards dragon now.
Yeah, but it's so scary to face check too, right? Like,
yeah. Gnar's
Other than
caught
that,
out.
like, oh yeah, they're looking for him. There's no inner tower there, buddy. Run
World
for
Render's
your
gonna be
life.
popped early. He's gonna kite down or kite out really. Or UALBERTA gonna try to answer. The Captors, I said, gonna go in the engage in the red side jungle. Zenden's caught, but he's gonna live. Donnie Chell's gonna come out. Violent Chell's gonna go down to Plex, and Captor as well taken down by Zenden. And Gnar now 1v1ing Inexhaustive on the top side. It looked like they were trying to take the 3v4.
Oh! But I
Gnar
love
actually
you.
wins.
Gets the kill against Inexhaustive. I don't know how, but big shutdown going back over to him. But, ooh, Zenden caught out
Zenden hit by
again.
the, oh, he's gonna
One more
live.
Q needed.
Oh, his flash is out actually. He
No
lives.
way, he lives it.
Chinga Dinga must have thought he was dead again, just like the similar play bot, but he lives. Now Warriors are onto the Baron. What is going on this game?
Yeah, Captor going down means that Baron is up for the taking. They don't care about the Infernal. They want the big worm, and they should have the damage to kill it here. Not much that UALBERTA can do about it. Baron ends up going down.
Yeah, with third dragon spawning, this is not how I predicted things will play out. Just multiple skirmishes on the top side that ends up with Warriors getting the Baron. Great net positive for them, although the shutdown did come out in Inexhaustive for Bia Loves You. And UALBERTA will also get the dragon as consolation.
Yeah, it's interesting. They just want to speed up this game, right? Get that Baron buff and lay siege to those towers. They don't really care about this dragon. It's not their win con right now. And yeah, UALBERTA will be able to get one. That is an objective bounty going over as well. So a little bit more gold in their pockets to try and make something happen. But that's still, what, a 7k gold lead for Waterloo.
We'll see if it's something they can overcome. Critically Violent Chill hitting his Mirror Mana as well as a Triforce. So a huge 2-item power spike that is critical for Ezreal. He'll be able to pump out a lot of damage now. Zendan catching Captor in the jungle. He's going to get hit and rooted up. The Nature's Grasp is going to come out as well. He's absolutely all alone. Callum Coy is going to finish off the kill. And Captor caught out.
Yeah, this is their jungle right now, and Captor still thinks that UALBERTA owned it as he ends up going down. 5v4 means Inexhaustive is going in.
TP's going to come out from Bio Loves You. He's mega, so he's going to be able to make something happen. But Inexhaustive just under the turret trying to dive Chingadinga, but it's not going to be enough. Violent Chill finishes off the kill. Inexhaustive. Chingadinga loses 1 HP. Is there anything else to be had? Callum Coy is so low. Plex kills Chingadinga on the backside. The fighting Cassiopeia. Now UALBERTA stuck between a Snake and 3 champions. Callum Coy's going to finish off Violent Chill. The Plex Prize guys are going to come out. He's going to finish off the Senna and the Gnar. And it's an ace for the side of Warriors.
Plex is killing 3 people behind the inner tower. This man does not care as he moves on to the enemy base next. Give him a minion or two and he's going to start taking down that tower as Captor going to be coming in. Steals the Maokai ult. We'll see what he's going to be able to do.
He's trying to go for a 1v3 play. Just throws it out for fun, honestly. Not too much waves are coming out for that. He honestly could have held it for the next fight.
Yeah, like the Maokai ult is actually a really big one too. I'm surprised he just burns that cooldown. But Zendan, he is not afraid. He's going for the kill as the support.
He's not going to find it. Now mid him might go down as well for the side of Warriors. All of UALBERTA is spawning though, so it looks like they're going to just back off instead.
Yeah, I think their eyes should be on top now. Aatrox actually burns his TP to keep that pressure up, but some of them are a bit low, so they might want to take their backs. They took down, I think, the inner base and the inhib, so they definitely got to spend up like 2k of gold probably.
Yep, for sure. We see the gold on Inexhaust and went towards the Spear of Shojin. I am actually... I like how spicy this build looks to me. Maybe
it's pure ego there. He wants to go in 1v5 and just kill them all.
This is Inexhaust's Aatrox for you. He is the master of the champion and building how he sees fit. But yeah, just again to that bot play. This is why people ban Plex's Cassiopeia. Not sure why they decided to leave it up.
Yes, putting on a show this game. And Violent Chill has better run for his life. Zendan is looking for picks.
They're catching Inexhaustive now. He's in 1v4. Can he try to live this one? Captor's forced to flash, pops the World Ender himself. Huge Petrifying Gaze! And
oh my god!
Means Warriors are just going to absolutely wipe UALBERTA off the face of the earth. Captor's on the run. Can he get out? He has no flash. And Inexhaustive is going to finish him off with the flash Q. Via loves you. No TP stuck on the bot side all alone trying to defending 1v5 now. Is he going to be able to do it or is Warriors going to end the game right here?
Plex finds 3 champions with his ult and he looks to find the game next as they are pushing into the enemy base. There's a Lil Gnar left trying to defend. We'll see if he can clear this wave. His teammates are going to be up in 15 seconds, but Waterloo going for the end.
Look who's going to engage him. He's going to be caught out. That means he has no way of jumping out. And it's going to be the ace. 5 seconds now on the side of UALBERTA's champions, but it's not going to be nearly enough. I believe Warriors just going to full hit the Nexus. And this is going to be game 2 and a clean sweep for them in the Canadian Esports Nationals.
Waterloo in 24 minutes, a much more convincing win this time around, and they take the 2-0 against UALBERTA here. I mean, this game, they all got their comfort picks, especially those solo lanes, the Cassio, the Aatrox just popping off in their respective lanes, just killing people left and right and just demolishing this game.
Absolutely, just demonstrating why those champions are always banned against Inexhaustive and Plex. The Aatrox and Cassiopeia absolutely enormous. And yeah, I do like that they focused, I guess, more on the early game this time. You know, they fell behind early in game 1. This time they decided to focus on the early game. We'll just make sure we roll the game as fast as possible, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and UALBERTA, they had some good picks in that bot lane, right? They got the Ezreal Sona ahead. The Sona pick actually looked like it was working for a bit, but the side lanes were just losing so incredibly hard, and like when an Aatrox is ahead, he's just so insanely hard to deal with. I think the finals can tell you the same story in Worlds. But yeah, you saw it here again. Aatrox, I think there actually were like 4 people trying to go on him. But the Cassio ult at the end was just chef's kiss as he finds them all. They pick up the kills, and the Gnar and bot lane can't really do anything to help. And yeah, they end up picking up the win.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful turnaround. That Aatrox 1v4 just like you said, reminded me of Worlds. They thought they had counted out Zeus in that one play, but the Aatrox so fed, so strong, just turns it around. And Warriors Gold going to be taking the clean sweep, means they're going into playoffs this Saturday.
Yeah, a clean showing in this group stage, 2 2-0s over UALBERTA and OTSU. And that means that they're going to keep going on to the next stage of this tournament. And it'll be exciting to see what more they can cook up in these following games and see if they can take it all the way for the win.
And for the UALBERTA fans out there, their journey is not over yet. Tomorrow they'll play another best of 3, I believe, against OTSU for that last playoff spot. So, you know, cheering for both teams. They both had a strong fight against Warriors, so we'll see which one of them decides to, I guess, take the win tomorrow. But again, yeah, congratulations to Warriors.
Yeah, and with that, we'll make sure to tune in next time when Waterloo goes into the playoff stage. But for tonight, this will be it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm Karthik.
I'm Jeffrey. Thank you so much to Shopify Rebellion as well for bringing us this broadcast.
and see ya next time.